source. Returning to the source is serenity. If you don't realize the source, you stumble in confusion and sorrow. When you realize where you come from, you naturally become tolerant, disinterested, amused, kind-hearted as a grandmother, dignified as a king. Immersed in the wonder of the Tao, you can deal with whatever life brings you. And when death comes, you are ready. 17. When the master governs, the people, if you blame someone else. Isn't it? I know.
Out in the open air, tell me, is there any blessing that someone's not excluded from? What do donkeys have to do with fancy desserts? Every soul needs a different nourishment, but be aware if your food is accidental or habitual, or something that feeds your real nature. It may be, like those who eat clay, the human beings have forgotten what their original food is. They may be feeding diseases. Our true food is the sun. But we receive nourishment from everyone we meet. The body and the personality form a cup. You meet someone, and something is poured in. Planet approaches planet, and both are affected. A man and a woman come together, and there's a baby. Iron and stone converge, sparks. Rain soaks the ground and the fruits get juicy. We walk into a ripe orchard, and laughter enters our souls. From that emerges generosity. From being out in the open air, appetites sharp. Flushed faces come from the sun. That rose red, the most beautiful color on earth. There is majesty in these connections. Visible grandeur. Live in that place of pure being. Don't worry about having 10 days of famousness. Revolve with me around the sun that never sets. The sun I mention is shams. We could not live without his light. The fish needs water. As a worker appears in his work, as every living being pastures on the meadow of the absolute. Muhammad's horse, boardwalk, Arabian stallions, even donkeys. Every creature grazes there, whether they know it or not. O Sam, heal the madness of those who feel jealous of the sun. Put salve in their eyes, and let them see that what they are wanting is the extinction of light. A beautiful woman may turn into a nightmare for you, as also the dank bottom of a well can start to feel like a thriving garden. The eye of your heart continually opens and closes, working its alchemy. And there is one behind these illusions who holds your loving between thumb and forefinger, who creates every appearance can consume any morsel in a fiery instant. A deep nobility. That I agree. Out in the open air, tell me, is there any blessing that someone's not excluded from? What do donkeys have to do with fancy desserts? Every soul needs a different nourishment, but be aware if your food is accidental or habitual, something that feeds your real nature. It may be, like those who eat clay, the human beings have forgotten what their original food is. They may be feeding diseases. Our true food is the sun. But we receive nourishment from everyone we meet. The body and the personality form a cup. You meet someone, and something is poured in. Planet approaches planet. Both are affected. A man and a woman come together, and there's a baby. Iron and stone converge, sparks. Rain soaks the ground and the fruits get faces come from the sun. That rose red, the most beautiful color on earth. There is majesty in these connections, visible grandeur. Live in that place of pure peace. Don't worry about having 10 days of famousness. Revolve with me around the sun that never sets. The sun, I mention, he shines. I could not live without his light. As a fish needs water. As a worker appears in his work, as every living being pastures in the meadow of the absolute. Muhammad's horse, Borak, Arabian stallions, even donkeys. Every creature praises them, whether they know it or not. O Sam, heal the madness of those who feel jealous of the sun. Itself in their eyes, and let them see that what they are wanting is the extinction of light. The eye of the heart. A beautiful woman may turn into a nightmare for you, as also the dank bottom of a well can start to feel like a thriving god.
Did you do something terrible? You like to travel the world, are you?
Remember Egypt. You that worry with travel plans, read again the place in the Quran where Moses is taking the Jewish nation out of slavery. He's so frantic to have more money. Recall what they abandoned to wander in the wilderness. You who feel hurt, remember the pavilions and houses left behind. You that lead the community through difficulties, read about the abundant fountains they walked away from to have freedom. You who dress in clothes that appear to have elegant meaning, you with so much charm, remember how your face will decay to dirt. You with lots of property, they left their gardens and the quietly running streams. You who smile at funerals going by, you that love language, measure wind in stanzas and recall the Exodus, the wandering, 40-year sacrifice, astrological bickerings. The doctor leans close to the yellow ones in his garden. A little water will turn you rose. Red and saffron are things we control, and yet earth beauty steals from us. From our kindness and grace, earth beauty withers and fails. That's what happens to thieves in this community. It's morning. Time to give back what you took. Then night comes and the stars begin talking. Venus, this section of sky is mine. The moon, but this over here is my territory. Jupiter pulls out a unique coin and shows it to Saturn. Mercury at the head of the table says the whole sky belongs to me since all signs begin here at the top. Well, beyond these astrological bickerings, Jupiter begs for our help. The sun rides his horse into the courtyard. We wave him away. Come back tomorrow. Whoever gets sacrificed rises again as a ceremony and a holiday. Shamsi Tabriz went through that change, but what he is now cannot be said. It's as though a remote star grew on the low branch of an olive tree. Extract the thorn. The prophet said in these days the breath of God is breathing through. Keep your ear and mind attentive to influences and catch them. So the divine breath came and looked at you sleeping and left to blow its life into someone else. Now another breathing comes. Don't miss this one. There was a woman who bore a child almost every year, but the children never lived longer than 6 months. Usually after 3 or 4 months, they would die. She grieved long and publicly. I'd take on the work of pregnancy for 9 months, but the joy vanishes quicker than a rainbow. 20 children went like that, in fevers to their small graves. One night she had a revelation. She saw the place of unconditional love. Call it the garden or source of gardens. The physical eye cannot see its unseeable light. Lamp, green flower, these are just comparisons, so that some of the love bewildered may catch a fragrance. The woman saw pure grace, and drunk with the seeing fell to the ground. Those who gave the vision said then, this morning meal is for those who rise with sincere devotion. The tragedies you've had came from. There was a The woman saw pure grace, and drunk with the seeing fell to the ground. Those who gave the vision said then, this morning meal is for those who rise with sincere devotion. The tragedies you've had came from other times when you did not take refuge. Lord, give me more grief, tear me to pieces, if it leads here. She said this and walked into the presence she had seen. The children were all there, lost to me, she cried, but not to you. Without this great grieving, no one can enter the spirit. I saw grief drinking a cup of sorrow and called out, it tastes sweet, does it not? You've caught me, grief answered, and you've ruined my business. How can I sell sorrow when you know its blessing? Sour, doughy, numb, and raw. If we're not together in the heart, what's the point? When body and soul are in dancing, there's no pleasure in colorful clothing. Why have cooking pans when there's no food in the house? In this world full of fresh bread, amber, and musk, so many different fragrances. What are they to someone with no sense of smell? If you stay away from fire, you will be sour, doughy, numb, and raw. You may have lovely, just-baked loaves around you, but those friends cannot help. You have to feel. This battered saucepan. Whatever you feel is yours, the friend pulls you away from. That one does not heal your wounds or torment you more. Neither sure nor uncertain. That one keeps you moving. Decisions made at night seem strange the next day. Where are you when you sleep? A trickster curls on the headboard, restless in the valley. You go to the ocean, then turning toward the light, you fall in the fire. Who jiggles this battered saucepan? The sky puts a yoke on you to help with turning around a pole. Teachers get dizzy like students. The line that killed you now wonders whether to drag you off or to tear you to pieces here. There's a shredding that's really a healing that makes you more alive. A lion holds you in his arms. Fingers rake the fret bridge for music. A compass revolves around the metal footpoint. Some grow fond of battle armor. Some satin clothing. Others, like me, love the world bunches called poetry. A delicate girl, the terrible grief of being human. Let us drink it all, but with a difference. We sit with Junayat in Bastami. The moon rising here cannot be covered with cloud. There are no deaths for lovers. Who is the self? A delicate girl that flows out when we draw the sword of selfless action. This earth eats men and women, and yet we are sent to eat the world. This place that tries to fool us with tomorrow. Wait until tomorrow, which we outwit by enjoying only this now. We gather at night to celebrate being human. Sometimes we call out low to the tambourine. Fish drink the sea, but the sea does not get smaller. We eat the clouds in evening light. We are slaves, tasting the royal wine. The threat of death. For safekeeping, gold is hidden in a desolate place where no one ever goes, not in a familiar, easy-to-get spot. The proverb goes, joy lives concealed in grief. This battered saucepan. Whatever you feel is yours, the friend pulls you away from. That one does not heal your wounds or torment you more. Neither sure nor uncertain. That one keeps you moving. Decisions made at night seem strange the next day. More range. We are friends with one who kills us, who gives us to the ocean waves. We love this death. Only ignorance says, put it off a while, day after tomorrow. Don't avoid the knife. His friend only seems fierce, bringing your soul more range, perching your falcon on a cliff in the wind, Jesus on his cross, Halaj on his. Those absurd killings hold a secret. Cautious cynics know what they're doing every moment and why. Submit to love without thinking. As the sun this morning grows recklessly, extinguishing our star-candled minds. Choose a suffering. Yesterday in the assembly I saw my soul inside the jar of the one who pours. Don't forget your job. I said he came with his lighted face, kissed the full glass, and as he handed it to me, it became a red gold oven taking me in, a ruby mine, a greening garden. Everyone chooses a suffering that will change him or her to a well-baked loaf. Abu Lahab, biting his hand, chose doubt. Abu Hurayra, his love for cats. One searches our confused mind for evidence. The other has a leather sack full of what he needs. If we could be silent now, the master would tell us some stories they hear in the High Council. Climb to the execution place. Grief settles thick in the throat and lungs. Thousands of sorrows being suffered, clouds of cruelty, all somehow from love. Wail and be thirsty for your own blood. Climb to the execution place. It is time. The Nile flows red. The Nile flows pure. Dry thorns and aloe wood are the same until fire touches. A warrior and a mean coward stand here similar until arrows rain. Warriors love battle.
secure knowing that your uninvested cash is FDIC insured with partner banks. Join
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri means honorable, Jai means hail, and Jai also means victorious. It's Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram are the only words. You can get very high on it. Very high. There are many, many hundreds of melodies for it. I'll give you one, the simple one to work with. Don't sing it like you're singing in a social sense. It's not a social game at all. Let it happen inside of you. If it doesn't happen, don't sing. That's cool. Listen to it inside. Be it. Be it. Just be the budget. There are no points. No points. Just let it all happen inside. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Shri Ram, Jai
No, you will be No, you will be banned if you talk about Pepe.
That makes no sense. How?
Have you not seen the Pepe lore?
What about it?
So the lore features Pepe the Frog, which is one of the most popular memes on there. Katy Perry, BuzzFeed, and even Nicki Minaj have all talked about Pepe. But it was stolen and turned into something horrible.
Oh, wasn't his image used for bad?
Yes, exactly. And people were actually getting banned. But the creator of Pepe intended for him to have a good feeling vibe.
Dude, I remember that. Feels good, man.
Yeah, and there's a theory that the lore is being created to restore Pepe's original image. No, you will be
structures and more frequent rains can lead to significant
Please don't scroll. I see dead people.
Monster on the beat, ho, Debo, dude, rat, nigga, he a freak, dope, man, damn, all I ever lambs, tell him, please, bro, nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo, what's up with these, you drunk?
Please don't scroll. I'm just...
Remember Egypt. You that worry with travel plans, read again the place in the Quran where Moses is taking the Jewish nation out of slavery. You're so frantic to have more money. Recall what they abandoned to wander in the wilderness. You who feel hurt, remember the pavilions and houses left behind. You that lead the community through difficulties, read about the abundant fountains they walked away from to have freedom. You who dress in clothes that appear to have elegant meaning, you with so much charm, remember how your face will decay to dirt. You with lots of property, they left their gardens and the quietly running streams. You who smile at funerals going by, you that love language, measure wind in stanzas and recall the Exodus, the wandering 40-year sacrifice, astrological bickerings. The doctor leans close to the yellow ones in his garden. A little water will turn you rose. Red and saffron are things we control.
Isn't it? I know. Could you bring some water, by the way? Warrior's getting cooked. He needs to cool off a little bit. Pretty. I was thinking of calling the medic, but maybe they can just keep talking. Why not just keep talking? Why, do you have something you need to say? Is it like, or are you just like nervous or something? Do you have something that you need to tell us? This is how you... Warrior. Isn't it? You like to travel? Please don't scroll. Please don't scroll. Please don't scroll. Please don't. Please don't.
I can buy some flowers, write my name in the sand.
Please don't scroll. Please don't scroll. Please don't scroll.
No, you're in the Matrix.
Did you know for trading places,
Dream. I dreamt the whole thing. It was.
Pause, Rose. Technically, just like this room, you're fucking Zelensky. I'm Trump and Vance. I'm here to make fun of you, to make sure that you're angry, to make sure that you're a loser who can't control his emotions, to make sure you have pain in your left testicle, pain in your right shoulder, to know that you are not in control of anything, that you are actually a victim of your own stupidity. I'm here to remind you that you are your own worst enemy in the same way that Zelensky is his own worst enemy. Thank you very little. I am complete.
You really don't think that it's staged?
Do I think that you probably smell good right now, or that you went to the gym, or read a book, or did anything productive in the past couple of weeks other than running your fucking mouth here with a bunch of other Christian Orthodox loser faggots who don't know shit?
I'm above 94K now. What is? Oh, Bitcoin. We gained $2,000. I think I can manage without it.
You're saying this is not an Islamic court, Rabbi. You don't stand a fucking chance. I can just see you in your mind's eye. You're thinking like, oh, I'm gonna be in my suit with my fucking man bun, my ponytail, and like you're gonna give some dramatic speech, and the jury's gonna say, oh, yeah, he's right. We're gonna award him all this money. And you're like, see, nigga, I told you I was a good attorney. I told you I was gonna win this case, and you're gonna come back and clown house. You're like, oh, I told you I was gonna get it to the jury trial. I mean, do you know how fucking delusional you are, and how much you're wasting everybody's time with your bullshit?
He doesn't get it.
You're retarded.
I like it.
You do like him? I don't follow him on X or anything. I don't know what he ever talks about.
I like it.
And withdraw.
Give me the sign of the open eye, and the token erect of thorny thigh, and the word of madness and mystery. Open, I open, I open, I open, pen, 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 pen. I am a man. Do as thou wilt, as a great God can. Open, I open, I open, I open, pen. I am awake in the grip of the snake. The eagle slashes with beak and claw. The gods withdraw. The great beasts come. I open. I am born to death on the horn of the unicorn. I am pen. I open. I open, pen, pen. I am thy mate. I am thy man. Goat of thy flock, I am goad, I am God. Flesh to thy bone, flour to thy rod. With hoofs of steel, I race on the rocks, through solstice stubborn to equinox, and I rave, and I rape, and I rip, and I rend everlasting. Give me the sign. You click the button, you got 15 seconds to say what. Please don't scroll. Please don't scroll.
87 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived.
Please don't scroll. I'm just trying to be. Please don't scroll. I'm just trying.
अगर तुम हनुमान जी का बीज मंत्र ओम हम हनुमते नमः इस मंत्र का जाप करोगे तो तुम्हारी चिंता नहीं बचेगी। समस्त अगर तुम हनुमान जी का बीज मंत्र ओम हम हनुमते नमः इस मंत्र का जाप करोगे।
देवराज सेव्यमान पावनांग्रि पंकजं व्याल यज्ञ सूत्रमिन्दु शेखरं कृपा